Hello everyone! In this tutorial we explain how to install and program ESP32 microcontrollers in Arduino IDE. In particular, we explain how to properly install ESP32 library for Arduino IDE and how to write a Hello World program that will print a message on the serial port and that will blink an LED. In this tutorial, I'm using this board, ESP32 S3 Dev Kit C, and here is the board. However, with small modifications, everything explained in this tutorial can be used in the case of other ESP32 microcontroller boards. ESP32 microcontroller boards are very popular in robotics and IoT communities. The board I'm using has both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi connections, and in addition it has 8 megabytes of flash memory, 512 kilobytes of SRAM, and a large number of programmable GPIO ports. Also, this board is more powerful than most of the Arduino boards. In addition, this board can also run Micro-ROS too. This information is very important for robotics and mechatronics engineers that are using Robot Operating System 2, or simply ROS2. Okay, let's start. The first step is to install Arduino IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. Over here, you need to select the Windows option. I will select the first link over here. Then I will click just on download and again just download, and the download process will start. Next, you need to open this file. This file is located, in my case, in the downloads folder. You can simply go to the download folders, or you can simply click over here if you're using Microsoft Edge. Click on agree. Then I will install for everyone on this computer. I will agree to terms, install, and this will take some time. And after some time you will see this window. I will not run Arduino immediately. Okay, finish. In my case, that is in the case of the board shown over here, I have two ports. I have a micro USB port shown over here, and I have a micro USB to UART port shown over here. In this video tutorial, we'll be using this port over here. We didn't test the installation procedure for the purely micro USB port shown over here. However, the procedure should be almost the same. The first thing that you need to do is to attach one side of the micro USB cable to this port over here. Now, I will do that and I will show you what will happen. Over here, I open the device manager, and at the moment I attach the USB cable to my computer, you'll see something. Okay, what did you see? You see this part over here. This is very important. Okay, so what happened over here? My operating system, that is Windows 10, tried to automatically install a driver for the UART bridge controller. And here's the driver. However, it is very important that a proper driver is installed. To do that, you first need to identify the type of the chipset enabling USB to UART bridge. To do that, you actually need to zoom in your board, or you need to use a magnifying glass, and you need to see the numbers over here. On this image, we cannot clearly identify the numbers. However, the number is CP2102N. This means that I need to download and install the CP210X drivers. To download the driver, first I need to go to this website, then I need to click on Downloads, and over here I need to download this driver. Now, let's go to the Downloads folder. Here it is. Let's extract the zip file, and here it is. Next, you need to open Device Manager. How do I open a Device Manager? Well, click on Start and type Device Manager, And over here, you'll see the device manager. Now, click over here, do the right click, click on Update Driver. Next, you need to click on Browse My Computer for Drivers, then click on Browse, and you need to locate the folder. The folder is in the Downloads, and you need to search for the proper folder. Here it is. Just you can select the complete folder, click on Next, and you can see Windows has successfully updated your drivers. Close and close. Now restart your computer. This is a very important step to make sure that this driver is properly working. After restarting the computer, open Arduino. The next step is to install a library that will enable us to use ESP32 microcontroller in Arduino IDE. So how to do that? Well, we need to go to this web page. This is the installation web page of the manufacturer of the ESP32. Now, we need to copy this link. I will zoom again so you can see the link, or you can simply go to this web page and copy this link. This is very important. Now, go back to Arduino, then click on File, click on Preferences, and over here, paste the link. This will actually add this JSON file to additional boards managers in Arduino, and this is very important. However, we still didn't complete the installation process. Next, make sure that your board is connected to the computer. I will do it once again. Okay, now click on Tools, click on Board, click on Board Manager, and over here search for ESP32 and install this library, or better to say this package. Don't install this package, install this package. And this will take some time, so be patient. The next step is to actually click on Tools, then we need to select the port, and you can see that Arduino is able to automatically recognize communication port 7. Good. Then click on Tools, click on Board, then click on ESP32, and over here you need to find your board. In my case, the board is ESP32S3 dev module. Okay, now we are ready to write a simple example and to try to upload that example to our board. How to do that? Well, to save time, I will use one of the examples from the library. So click on File, click on Examples, and over here find ESP32, and here are all the examples you have. So let's test GPIO, and let's find this example, Blink RGB. So again, click on File, click on Examples, then ESP32, GPIO, and Blink RGB. Okay, here it is. Now, I'm not going to use this complete example. The idea of this example is to blink the RGB LED on your ESP32 board. However, this is too much for this video tutorial, and I will only keep the necessary parts, and I will modify this code. First of all, I don't need this part, and I only need this part. What will happen over here? Well, over here, we will actually send high or low voltage to the built-in LED. And this RGB built-in is actually a reference to that board, actually to that LED. Okay, so we will write first of all high voltage, then we will wait for 1 second, and then we'll write low voltage. And let's do the modifications. First of all, I will modify my setup function. And remember, setup function in Arduino is run only once. That is, once we either upload the code or we press the start button. In our case, it's a reset button on our board. So every time you press the reset button, the setup function will be executed, and only once. So what I will do here, I will start the serial and I will specify the baud rate. I will use this baud rate. Okay, now over here, I will do simple serial.print line, and I will print this. ESP32, hello world. And that's it. Okay, next step is to verify this code. Let's click over here and let's see what will happen. There shouldn't be any error over here since this is pretty much standard code. However, it's always a good idea to verify. Okay, done compiling. No issues, no errors. Okay, the next step is to upload the code to the board. Again, make sure that the proper communication port is selected and make sure that the proper board is selected. Okay. And then let's click on this button and let's see what will happen over here. Now here you have to be patient, connecting, okay, flashing, writing, cool. Something nice is happening and that's it. Now you should see that the LED on your board is actually blinking. However, let us make sure that this code is working. We can do that by clicking on Tools and clicking on Serial Monitor. And here you can see that we are actually not printing Hello World. Well, why is that? Well, look what's written over here. We have the baud rate over here specified. However, the baud rate over here is not adjusted. So adjust the baud rate over here. And after you do that, you will see ESP32, hello world, and hello world. This means that our board is properly working, and congratulations. You are actually in the position right now where you can write your own code and you have properly configured the board. Before I conclude this video tutorial, I need to mention one very important thing. Namely, first time you try to upload the code to the board you just purchased, you might see this error. A fatal error occurred. Failed to connect to ESP32 S3. No serial data received. Well, the solution for this problem is to hold down the boot button and then pressing and releasing the reset button while still holding the boot button. Let me show you that. So go back to the serial monitor, and while you're in the serial monitor, over here, press the boot button on your board and then again press reset button and release the reset button. You will see this message. This means that you have entered into the download mode of your board and you need to enter only once. This will solve the issue with not being able to upload the data to your board. Now if I press the reset button on my board, I will exit from my download mode and the code will continue. Again, you need to do that only once. After that, you will not have any issues uploading the code. For example, let me show you that. Can change something here. And let me try to upload the code, and you don't need to touch the boot or reset button while the code is being uploaded. Let's now wait a little bit, and you can see that you're writing to certain memory addresses, and here it is. Hello world, something here. Perfect. Okay, that's all for today.